Top of the morning to everybody. Top of the morning to everybody. Welcome to my channel. I am Sean Ferrell, your host. God is great all the time. All the time, God is great. And it is a sunny Sunday morning. We did have a little bit of a snowstorm that passed through Friday night, but the sun came out Saturday and pretty much mostly melted any snow that remained. So and it's gonna be in the high 50s today. So most of that snow is done for, and hopefully we can start transitioning into warmer weather pretty soon. I think winter has kind of run its course, and I am ready for warmer weather. Because it has been a little bit of a brutal winter. But hey, it is what it is. So right. So last week I spoke on Katie Meyer, the soccer player who died by suicide. Today, I just want to speak on a book that I've read a couple of times, and every time I read it, it gets even more heart-wrenching when I read it. There was a person who died by suicide. She ran track, and her name was Madison Holleran, if I'm pronouncing her last name right. She was a soccer star slash track star in high school, and she signed on with Penn University. She signed on with Penn University to run track. But it's like the minute that she stepped on foot to the Penn College campus, she just immediately felt so out of place there. And she didn't exactly feel like that she belonged there, I guess you can say. And she never got comfortable at Penn. And she actually ended up, taking her own, ending her own life. There we go. So she actually ended up ending her own life. But there was a 2014 study by the American College of Health Association. It surveyed like 20K student athletes, and 28% of them, 28% of female students reported being depressed, and 21% of males reported being depressed. 48% of female student athletes reported feeling anxious, and 14% said they had seriously considered suicide, with 6% saying they had actually attempted it. I know before the start of the second semester, Madison had actually, her iPhone had slipped from her hand. She had broke it, and the glass was shattered. And she told her dad that she couldn't go back to school with her phone looking like that. And I read that she looked at the glass that was broken and shattered, and kind of told what she was feeling on the inside, that she was breaking on the inside. She did dread going back to Penn for the second semester. She didn't want to go back. I remember that she told her dad that she didn't want to go back, and he suggested that they look at other schools. They transfer. I know that she had a sister who attended Penn State. And her sister was not happy at Penn State, and she transferred to Alabama. She transferred to Alabama, and she felt pretty good at Alabama. And so also read where her sister came home every weekend when she was previously at Penn State, and she had, while she was not happy at Penn State, she walked back inside the house, and she immediately felt like her old self, happy. And she actually went into Madison, actually went to therapy, where her dad was there in the therapy session, and she had actually admitted to the thoughts of suicide, and that had actually kind of terrified her dad, so to speak, that she was having these thoughts of suicide. I know that her mom spoke that she put pressure on herself, that she couldn't realize just how great she was. She also found that running track in college was a little bit more grueling, because you gotta wake up early to go to practice. Class. Then you gotta practice again after all of the classes. Then study, whatnot. And then I guess that was too much. That was too much for her to deal with. I also know that she struggled to make eye contact sometimes. Sometimes she was often disconnected from her friends. And So this is my at least a second time reading the book, and it just seems like that the second time I read it, it's more heart wrenching. It's more heart wrenching, heartbreaking to read. Um, and yeah, it's heart wrenching. It's just sad. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's a real heart wrencher. The book is a real heart wrencher, to say the least. It's a real heart wrencher, to say the least. According to the NCAA, the third leading freaking cause of death among student athletes is suicide. According to the National Alliance of Mental Illness, 7% of parents reported their college students experiencing mental health issues. Fully 50% of students rated their mental health poor. And she returned home for Thanksgiving. Madison, that was. She returned home for Thanksgiving. And she wasn't smiling or laughing. Her only brother picked up on that. Picked up on the fact that that she wasn't smiling or laughing. And I believe she just like nodded. Ashley, who was her sister, who used to be at Penn State and transferred to Alabama. I'm talked about this a little bit earlier. She returned home. She was happy, carefree, stable. And I read the book, and it talked about how Madison did not want to let those intrusive thoughts in. Those negative voices that were just knocking at the door. And she didn't want to let them in, but at some point she did let them in. And the thing that offered her a way out was suicide. The thing that offered her a way out was suicide, ending her own life. And that's a real sharp word to use. But yeah. It was like, when I read it, it was like there was a voice inside her head that just really owned her brain. That was just really, that really owned her brain. And like I said, it was just heart-wrenching. that's about all I can say. It was just really a heart wrencher. It was just really a heart wrenching story with some happy moments in there. With some happy moments in there, yes. There were some happy moments I read. Heart wrenching moments, especially at the end of the book. But I'm just gonna give you just a few more stats. The American College Health Association reported that the suicide rate among 15 to 24-year-olds has tripled since the 1950s. 30% of college freshmen feel overwhelmed, with 40.5% of them being women. From 1994 to 2012, students who sought help and were prescribed psychiatric meds rose from 9% in 1994 to 17% in 2000 to 20% in 2003 to 25% in 2006, and it stabilized in 2012. So this is just part one of what I read. It's going to be part two and possibly part three. But yeah, if you go on Facebook, there is something that they have. There is a Madison Holleran Foundation, and it's on Facebook. It's called the Madison Holleran Foundation. Madison Holleran, last name Holleran, Holleran, Madison Holleran Foundation. They are on Facebook, and it's a group. Well, I wouldn't say group, but it's a page dedicated to the memory of Madison, and it's a very good hood page. I recommend you go out and check that out. It's a page that I like, and it's pretty good. So again, this is just part one. I am almost halfway through the book, so I will bring you some more. And thank you for watching my channel. May God bless you all. For all of you out there who are going through a really tough time, you do matter. You matter to someone. Do not give up hope. Or as one of my favorite players in the NFL, Michael Irvin, used to say at his Hall of Fame speech, he said, get up, look up, get up, and don't ever give up. Okay. So that's from one of my favorite receivers in the NFL, Michael Irvin. With that being said, I will see you all next week. God bless you all. Peace out, y'all.